My name is Amina Taha, and I'll be teaching yoga on Otari. So my classes and my teaching style, I would say that they're always evolving according to different things I'm interested in terms of anatomy. So I'm always reading about different body parts, what to engage. I try to take elements that I really respect and admire of the traditional aspects of yoga, but also combine them with more dynamic movements from different disciplines that inspire me. So I would say that my classes are alignment-based, alignment-focused, and focus a lot on dynamic movement, dynamic flows, and trying to incorporate a bit of creativity into my sequencing. I want my classes to make people feel more flexible, stronger, and able to just move their bodies in a way that feels good, honoring that balance between effort and strength and flexibility and ease. I went to my first yoga class when I was 27 and I couldn't touch my toes. And I just walked into an intermediate hatha class and just wanted to try it out of curiosity. And I was just hooked since that class. It was a really challenging class. And then from that day, I just started practicing as much as I could. Most of my practice was at home. And then after a year and a half of practicing and getting really hooked on yoga, doing it as much as I could, I decided to do my teacher training. And so I flew to New York. I was living in Dubai at the time, did my teacher training, and then came back and started teaching. Was kind of like happened kind of by chance. Before I knew it, I was teaching before work and after work, and I was super busy with teaching, and I just found myself getting so interested and inspired by it that I quit my full-time job and became a teacher. I used to be a fashion designer, and I used to make dresses, like couture dresses, so like really fancy dresses. I didn't leave my job because I didn't like it. I just loved yoga more, but I still love this. I'm really excited to teach on Otari because I think that I'm very passionate about home yoga practice because that was my background. And I love the idea of being able to have a teacher in your home that can guide you and teach you. And it almost just takes that extra step of a student searching for all of that away, where you just have a teacher in your home, developing your own personal practice, encouraging you, pushing you a little out of your comfort zone. These are these raw, like imperfect human beings teaching you. I'm super excited to practice with you guys, and I'll see you soon on your mats.
My name is Kenny Ferrer, and I am teaching strength, cardio, and boot camp on Otari mats. So I like to think of my classes as equal parts grit and good vibes. They are quite challenging, but at the same time, I want you to leave with a smile on your face. I like to start out being really technical and going over form so that it makes a little more sense in the context of Otari correcting your form. And then from there, we can go into the, maybe a little deeper, more psychological concepts, but every class is a little bit different. All in all, I want you to leave feeling good about yourself. I want you to leave feeling confident and motivated to take on whatever the day brings. Well, I started out in New York, went to the South. I played baseball at Elon University, and then I played in the minor leagues for a season in Florida. I eventually started working out at Crunch. I became a trainer at Crunch, started educating myself in fitness, had my first real breakthrough gig at Barry's Boot Camp. And then from there, I sort of, developed an interest in high intensity interval training and strength training. And I, went to Flywheel and went to Project by Equinox, but also started my own business in training and life coaching and psychology and personal development. Otari just is, like I said earlier, kind of the meeting ground for all of us to come together. It's a place to build community. It's a place where we can correct our form physically, mentally, spiritually, so that we can all improve individually, but also as, one big unit. I am a French bulldog dog dad. My partner and I have two little Frenchies, Snacks and Magic. And we're planning on an eventual third Frenchie, and it will be a little boy named Jackpot. And if you have any more cartoony, hilarious names that come to mind, be careful if you share them with me, because I'm not steal them. I mean, I'll take them, but I'll also give you credit for it. But yeah, I'm just kind of a goobery kind of guy. I'm not good at being anybody else. And you're only going to get 100% me anytime you take my class, for better or worse. And I hope you enjoy yourself. Hope you leave feeling confident and good about yourself. Let's get it together. I will see you on the mat.
Hello, my name is Lindsay. I am teaching yoga on Otari. My teaching style focuses on the poses being a tool to help you get better at life. So if we start with the physical body, and I don't care if you're flexible, I don't care if you don't feel strong, it's not about being good at yoga. So many people come up to me and they say, "Oh, I want to come to class, but I'm not good at yoga." And I'm here to tell you that it's not about being good at yoga, because what does that even mean? Yoga means union. It's about where you start. I am from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then I moved to New York City to pursue a BFA in musical theater. I was in Bring It On the musical during my senior year, and then after I graduated, I went on the national tour of Wicked the musical. The practice of yoga has helped me so much in my acting journey. I started doing yoga in college, just taking donation classes, and I remember thinking it was so hard. And whenever I would go back to perform or go back to school, I would realize that if I applied the yoga breathing that I learned in class, I was able to perform better and I could relax, and it helped with nerves. And oh, I really like this yoga philosophy. Maybe I should be a teacher. And then cut 2 years later, when I started meditating, I just got the idea that I should teach yoga. So I did a training, and then after that, I started teaching all over New York City. And it really transformed my life. And it showed me that consistently showing up, no matter what you do, even if you just show up and lay on your mat and breathe, you are still doing yoga. And that changes your life. I adopted a cat 2 years ago, and her name is Bunny. And I named her that because when I was leaving the shelter, they asked, "What are you going to name her?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't even know her yet." And then they said, "She's so soft. It's like she has bunny fur." And I was like, "Her name's Bunny." So that's why that's her name. I'm excited to teach for Otari because this is like the next level of making yoga a part of your life. I want you to feel like it's accessible and it's fun, and you come out of it feeling like you can make it your own and do what feels good for you.
Hello, hello. My name is Stormy Barbara. I am going to be teaching Vinyasa Yoga primarily on Otari. People address me as Barbara. I think my first name is Barbara, but it's actually Stormy because I was born on the nor'easter of 1992, and it almost took my parents 3 hours to get to a hospital that was 10 minutes away. And so I was almost a car baby, but I'm here, Stormy Barbara. So I like to portray consistency in terms of if it's a vinyasa style class, my students know what they're getting each and every time they come to the mat. We always start with the first 5 minutes of class as a meditation, and not necessarily as a meditation to clear the mind per se, but more so to get familiar with the intricacies of our thoughts, our emotions, whatever beliefs we're bringing to the mat that day. You can guarantee that we are going to get you moving. One of my biggest pet peeves, if you will, is when I used to attend a yoga class and after the hour I left feeling like I literally did nothing. Maybe it's because I started teaching at a gym. My classes are a little bit more movement based, and then I always seal it off with a nice shavasana. Every class is centered around a certain dharma or theme so that you leave the mat feeling contemplative and recharged. So it's not just a physical experience, it's so much more than that. I am a total foodie. I love to travel. I am very creative. So I love freedom and the sense of expansion. Essential oils have my heart. I really love anything that has to do with holistic healing and kind of wellness as a whole. Reflexology, astrology, you name it. I'm a sucker for learning. I am so excited to teach on Otari, firstly because of their epic feature where you can actually kind of course correct mid-practice, where I, the instructor, have the opportunity to fill you in on maybe some adjustments, some tweaks that could be made to make sure that you are practicing or performing optimally as you're moving throughout the flow. Moreover, I'm just excited to connect and serve to many more souls than I would have the opportunity to do if I was just in New York City, because I was teaching 5+ yoga classes a day at Equinox in New York City before all of this. And I was teaching, but now every time I jump on my mat, I am practicing along with my students, which has been such a beautiful adventure